Hey Ben, let me answer a couple of your questions. So first, you wanted to know about the color and why streetlights are always kind of coming out kind of like this warm yellow green color. So part of that, without getting too detailed, color has temperatures, and you'll notice that streetlights are generally a color that is a warm color, and that is because it is less stressful on your eyes. And so when it gets to a more intense, like you've seen some of the LED bulbs that are really a bright blue, that fatigues the eyes. So that's also why um, like fog lights on cars and headlights are generally a little bit warmer in tone. So it also travels further. Um, So now how do you adjust that? So let me start with this image here, and I'm in photo P, and I'm going to show you something. One thing that's to me, let me move. Can I move here? Let me move this. Oops, I didn't want to do that. Okay, there it goes. You see how it's a little crooked? This strong line here being crooked, the horizon line being crooked, is just a little unsettling. So what I'm going to do is take this ruler tool that's over here, and I'm going to stretch it across what appears to be a pretty straight line. And then if you look up here, it's going to say straighten layer. So it straightens it until it's like the horizon then is perpendicular with the rectangle. Then what I can do is I can take this tool. Now I'm going to end up cropping part of your image out, but it's going to then square it up. So take this here, stretch it, and then I'm going to image crop right here. And now you see it's all even. Okay, I'm going to deselect, Control D. Oh, you also asked why do I go to image size, and then check to make sure it's 300. So first let me go to inches. That's a neat okay size, but 300 dots per inch or pixels per inch are how many dots there are across. So if there's only 72 dots per inch, it's a much more pixelated image. So when you want to end up printing something, you're going to want it to be as high quality as possible. This is driving me nuts down here. I'm going to fix this real quick because I don't like seeing that in the corner of my eye. So I'm going to crop again just to get rid of that white. That's just, okay. Now, I'm Control D to deselect. You wanted to know about changing the colors. So I'm going to go to Layer, Adjustment Layers. So in order to change the colors, you can, in the adjustment layers, slide this over either way to, so to get rid of some of the green, I'm going to go back a little bit. If I want to add a little blue, I can do that. And if that looks good to you, then just hit OK. But you can always go back before you do your adjustment layers and click and see what it looked like. So that's what it was, kind of green. And now it's a little bit warmer. You can kind of really see it down here in the snow. All right, so that is one adjustment layer. Now, you showed me another image, this one right here, and you were interested in how do you create something like this. So you got some fog going on. It's purple. There's a few things we can do. So under color, actually, we'll just mess around just a little more with the color adjustment layers. Let go to hue saturation. Saturation is the intensity of the color. Hue is the color, actually. Okay. And so I've got that. That one's okay. I didn't mess with it too much. But you wanted something to look kind of purple. So let me go to color balance again, and I'm going to totally skew it. I'm going to make it very purple. I'm going to take that down, maybe add a little more red, some more purple. So now we're a little bit more in the neighborhood of this little guy. Now there's a few ways we can make some clouds. So I'm going to add a layer here, and there's nothing on this layer. So I click down here for the layer, added a blank layer. I'm going to go to filter, render, and then clouds. All right, so you're like, well, Mary Lee, I can't see anything. So I'm going to screen it. Okay, now it's there. I can also take the opacity of the layer down to make it a little bit softer. I could overlay it. I can dissolve it. So all these things are going to give you, these are called blending modes. So these are just going to give you some different options. What happens if I do image, render, filter, render, different clouds? See, what is a different cloud? All right. That kind of looks like something underneath a microscope. So let me see what happens when I screen that. Okay. That might be much more of a image than you want. Kind of gross looking, actually. So here's another thing else I'm going to do. I'm going to duplicate this layer again. Okay. I'm going to eliminate that. Now on here, I'm going to do what's called a layer mask. And that's right here. So I'm going to block some of it out. So I'm going to take the gradient tool here. Right now you see it's those colors, which I don't necessarily want. I think what I need to do is unclick all these because it's messing with the color. So on the layer mask, I just want black and white here on the gradient tool. So I'm going to hit OK. And let's see what happens when I draw it down like this. Okay, so you end up with an image kind of like this here. So it kind of looks a little foggy. You can soften that up. Let me take this little guy here. I'm just messing around right now. And kind of bring that down. Then if I take that, let's go back to regular clouds because that, again, looks like Ree, that looks kind of funky. And then I take the purple again. So this little guy, though, these clouds are... Okay, I'm going to get rid of this layer. And, okay, so if you look at this, you might think, you see that checkerboard behind it? What I want to do is add a layer here. And so right now that back layer is transparent. So I'm just going to fill it with white. And I get to that through the paint bucket. So I have this white down here. I'm going to fill this layer here white. And that kind of makes it look a little foggier. Let me add another layer and see if we can get back to those clouds. Filter, render clouds. All right, I'm going to lighten it a little bit. All right, and then we might kind of start to get the little image that you want. I hope this is helpful. So I will stop recording because I'm just rambling now. And if you have any questions for Ree, just let me know. But it's not exactly the same thing, but it might, I think it looks better without actually the clouds on there. What happened to my white? All right, there it is. All right, so let me know if you have any questions and send me more things that you're playing with. Bye.